everyone, so many of you keep asking that I do more Sabrina videos, and I really love doing these videos because I love to hear what you have to say about the individual episodes and things. So I promise I'm going to try and do one a month starting now. If I don't, somebody please start shouting at me. So we're currently up to the 9th episode of the 3rd season, and that is Nobody Knows Libby Like Sabrina Knows Libby. What'd you bring me? Honey frosted fruity cocoa sugar clumps made with real candy. Oh, but I asked for something sweet. Yes'm. M'lady, m'lord, m'lunch. We're inside the ship, we're inside the ship. Get us out of the ship, get us out of the ship. You know, I have to admit I like this episode a lot more now than what I used to. I never used to dislike it, I just never particularly seemed to care. But the more I watch it, the more I find something in it which I just think is really quite exciting. Two main things going on here. The first thing is that Sabrina and Salem end up inside Libby's brain because Salem gets an S03 tiny little toy in a million boxes of cereal. And they go inside this, of course, and end up in her brain when they go up her nose. Which I think is quite interesting, first of all, because it looks at how Sabrina has the opportunity to completely control Libby. And it kind of says, well, you can't control another person, you can try and influence them, but you can't really change another person, even when you're inside their brain. So that's interesting. But it's all started with the battle of the Poetry Bash versus the Homecoming Queen throne. To me that was great because I'm a huge poetry nerd. I absolutely love poetry, so of course I'm going to be rooting for Sabrina. And I think that's probably why I get more out of it now than what I used to. Because obviously when I was younger, poetry was like, what on earth's that? But now, I'm a die-hard poetry fan, if I am allowed to say that. So I think that's quite nice as well. So I get a lot more out of it. Then you have, of course, Hilda giving the chocolates the annoyance amplifier, I can't say that, annoyance amplifier chocolates to Zelda to make her hate Mr. Kraft. And I'm always fascinated by this feud. I was going to say threesome, but I'm not going to again. This feud between Zelda and Hilda and Mr. Kraft. I think it's really quite interesting. And if I just pick a random episode to watch, and we're thrown into it, and the relationship always seems to be at a different stage with a different sister, and it's so fascinating, and I absolutely love it. It's like a mini soap opera in itself, and I think that's really rather one of my favourite aspects about this episode. And of course Martin Mull, as Mr. Kraft, gets to wear some really crazy, wacky, exciting outfits as well, which I do enjoy quite a lot. I do like watching that quite a bit. Medi Gross is in this episode. Jenna Lee Green acts as a monkey in this episode. Nate Richert in this is particularly interesting. His poems about popcorn, or what we get to hear of the popcorn poem, and his poem about the mouldy shower tile as well is very funny. I'm not surprised, given that not many young people are into poetry if that's what they're subjected to. It's very amusing. Honestly, most of the humour from this comes from Salem. I love little Salem. I think he is fantastic in this episode as well. Obviously Nick Bakay providing the hilarious voice of the most adorable cat ever. So Nobody Knows Libby Like Sabrina Knows Libby, despite having one of the longest titles from the entire series, is one of my favourite episodes now. But as I said, I think when I was younger I didn't engage with it in the same way that I do and can now. I didn't particularly used to like Mr. Kraft in this episode, but now I really appreciate Mull's performance. Same with Jenna Lee Green's. Absolutely brilliant. Really quite a comical episode as well, if you kind of pay attention. Again, that's probably because I'm getting older and I understand more references and things, which is part of the beauty of Sabrina. Doesn't matter what age you are, there's always going to be something in it for somebody, because as you grow, you start to understand the more, not adult humour, but the more just additional references as your own knowledge expands. You learn new things, and it's really great. Like, for example, completely digressing, I'm about to finish the video, I promise you, the episode about Freud, which I can't remember what episode number it is, I think it's series 4. When I was younger, I was like, who's Sigmund Freud? Haven't got a clue. But of course now, that's going to give me a different perspective and things. So yes, Nobody Knows Libby Like Sabrina Knows Libby. Great episode now, wasn't so fun when I was younger. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!